Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back for the ABCs of Horror Challenge with my review of Dead Doll. The ABCs of Horror is a challenge in which we make our way from A through Z. We stop at each letter, pick a horror movie that begins with that letter, watch it, and review it. We have to go in order. We cannot skip any letters, and each movie we review must be horror. Other than that, there are no guidelines. Anyone can join in and do this challenge at their own pace. I've arrived at the letter D, and D is for Dead Doll. I mean, if you're gonna look at D's, they might as well be double D's, right? Dead Doll is a 2004 horror film, and I have owned this Lionsgate DVD forever. I was always curious about this one, but for one reason or another, I never watched it. Until now, of course. The first thing I want to say, because I don't want to forget to mention this, is I love the score in this film. It's so catchy, and it's literally playing in my head right now. It's also a very fitting score. Sometimes scores can be brilliant, but not necessarily appropriate for the movie. The score in Dead Doll is absolutely in line with the film. Brian Riley is a sculptor. He's the starving artist type. He believes his girlfriend has been cheating on him. So, of course, that frustrates Brian. Then, his anger reaches its boiling point when she tries to break up with him. Brian's girlfriend insults him, demeans him, belittles him. So he kills her in a fit of rage. Instead of disposing of the body, Brian decides to use it as the foundation for his next sculpture. With the corpse of his beautiful ex, Brian makes a life-size doll. From this point, the movie follows various characters as each take possession of the dead doll. She is basically now a sex doll, and each of her owners take advantage of that. By the way, not all of them are men. We do get some lady lovin' action in Dead Doll. Obviously, with this being a horror film, you can imagine that's not all. Each person who takes ownership of the dead doll ends up dead themselves. It's like they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, even if that woman is a dead doll. I really like how each new character is introduced in the movie. We get a brief freeze frame as each of their names appear on the bottom of the screen. It almost makes the film feel like an anthology, even though it's not. Dead Doll has an approximate runtime of just 78 minutes, so it flies by. Things get going immediately and never let up. I like that we witness the process of Brian turning his dead ex-girlfriend into the doll throughout the film. It's not just a scene at the beginning, but instead it jumps back to the past in between each owner of the dead doll. At first, it might seem confusing to some until you realize what's happening. Then, in my opinion, it flows really well. Dead Doll is a very unique movie with an interesting style. There are some really cool shots, and I like how the kills are executed. There is a lot of nudity in the movie as well. The dead doll, who is played by an actress through most of the film, is naked through most of the film. The majority of her screen time is spent completely nude. Topless, full frontal, it's all there. Sadly, The actress died just a year after this movie was released. It's a real shame. She was beautiful, and she did a great job as the title character. As a huge fan of How I Met Your Mother, it was fun to see a minor recurring character as one of the owners of the dead doll. And without spoiling it, I'll say I loved the full circle ending. This one surprised me. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it, but then it hooked me in and I ended up loving it. I'm happy I decided on it for the letter D of the ABCs of horror. Please be sure to check out everyone else participating in the challenge, including Jason from Horrific Nightmares, JM, and Rob from Rob's Nightmares. Have you seen Dead Doll? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which horror movie starting with the letter E will I watch and review for the ABCs of horror? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.